I'm going to record today's lesson because we have several people who aren't able to make it for a live Google Meet because they're at sports competitions. And I also think that it's valuable to have this on video so that people can refer back to it if they need to, and go ahead and just have access to it and pause it if needed. So let me first explain the assignment. So if you go to today's date, there is a journal and then there's this assignment, and it has two parts. The first part is identification of logos, ethos, and pathos through visual rhetoric. So these are videos, and you can, you don't have to do all of them. I have a number of these 7. How many you need to do? I think it's 5. But this first part is pretty straightforward. It's review. We've been working on this, and you have experience prior to coming to English 101 with this. But essentially, you'll just click on the links, and you'll watch the 1 to 3 minutes and identify what appeal was used, and then what is the evidence that proves that appeal. But the bottom part, part 2, is a little bit more complicated, and it might include something that's new to you. So I want to really explain it. It's talking about claims, supports, and warrants. And a claim is something that the author wants the audience to believe. It's essentially the thesis, and I know you're used to that. It is the stance or the argument, the claim that you're making. The support is the evidence, so it's the anecdote, or it's the expert testimony, statistics, bar charts and graphs, and various references maybe to historical past. So it's the evidence used to prove that thesis or that claim. The warrant connects the two. It is often implicit, meaning it's embedded. It's not directly stated. It's an assumption, and it links the support with the claim. Now, if you're anything like me, you hear that and you're like, yeah, okay, what does that exactly mean? So I am just going to show you through an example. If you go to this one right here, if you click on that link, it'll take you to a 3-minute ad, and we're going to watch this ad together. I think it's good to kind of see. Hold on, to go to it.
Hi, Erin.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm going to just give you some actions to do. And just do the first thing that comes to mind. Show me what it looks like to run like a girl.
My hair.
Show me what it looks like to fight like a girl. Now throw like a girl.
Aw. My name is Dakota, and I'm 10 years old.
Show me what it looks like to run like a girl. Throw like a girl. Fight like a girl. What does it mean to you when I say run like a girl?
It means run fast as you can.
So do you think you just insulted your sister?
No. I mean, yeah, insulted girls, but not my sister.
Is like a girl a good thing?
Actually, I don't know if it's a bad thing or a good thing. It sounds like a bad thing. It sounds like you're trying to humiliate someone.
So when they're in that vulnerable time between 10 and 12, how do you think it affects them when somebody uses like a girl as an insult?
I think it definitely drops their self-confidence and really puts them down, because during that time, they're already trying to figure themselves out. And when somebody says you hit like a girl, it's like, well, what does that mean? Because they think they're a strong person. It's kind of like telling them that they're weak and they're not as good as them.
And what advice do you have to young girls who are told they run like a girl, kick like a girl, hit like a girl, swing like a girl?
Keep doing it, because it's working. If somebody else says that running like a girl or kicking like a girl or shooting like a girl is something that you shouldn't be doing, that's their problem. Because if you're still scoring and you're still getting to the ball on time and you're still being first, you're doing it right. Doesn't matter what they say. I mean, yes, I kick like a girl and I swim like a girl and I walk like a girl and I wake up in the morning like a girl because I am a girl. And that's not something that I should be ashamed of. So I'm going to do it anyway. That's what they should do.
If I asked you to run like a girl now, would you do it differently?
I would run like myself.
Would you like a chance to redo it?
Why can't run like a girl also mean win the race?
Okay, so if we take a look at that same sheet, before that, let me give you a bit of notes again. So the claim is what the writer wants the reader to know, believe, or understand by the end of the argument. So if we take this piece and we go back to it and we take a look at the ad. If we look at it, it's saying that like a girl becomes stigmatized to mean something negative as a girl gets older. That's the claim that this always ad campaign is making. And they want us to believe that. They want us to know that as a girl ages, they feel worse about themselves because society stigmatizes what it means to be a girl. The support that they use are these interviews. And they interview the older girls and the males, which represent this society, this thing that happens in society by stigmatizing what it means to be like a girl. So they uses these interviews and talks about how the older girls and males, when interviewed, portrayed like a girl negatively. But when younger girls, so let's say 10 and under, when they are asked to do something like a girl, it doesn't even dawn on them that that should be something that is negative, because when they do that, they run really full force or they throw full force. So the warrant, let's go back to notes. Okay, so if the claim is what the writer wants the reader to know, believe, or understand by the end of the argument. So the claim here is that as a girl ages, like a girl becomes something negative to her. The evidence is the facts and data that used to support the claim. And here it was these interviews of men, boys, and older girls. The warrant is a statement that explains how the evidence supports the claim. Now, here's the thing. Again, it's a statement that explains how the evidence supports the claim. Now, you can't use qualifiers that are things that are always. You can't say, in all cases, this happens, or this never happens, because things that are qualified like that can be argued because there are always exceptions. So in your warrant, it is good to identify or use a qualifier of quantity or time, of certainty, possibility, necessity, or qualifiers of relative quality. And so when you're stating a warrant, you need to say things like, generally this happens, or usually, or it is likely or probable that. So if I take the ad that always did, if we're claiming that like a girl becomes stigmatized to mean something negative as a girl gets older, and the support is the interviews with the boys, the male, and the older girls, the warrant, the thing that connects the claim to the support, is that generally, again, using the qualifier generally, because it's not always the case, there are strong girls who have influences that are stronger than society, that by the end, they've never felt that like a girl meant anything negative, but they're the anomaly. So this warrant is generally Girls' self-confidence and self-worth become devalued by society and themselves as they age. That is the argument that is the total argument there that this always ad campaign is wanting us to know, is that this is the problem. Generally, girls' self-confidence and self-worth becomes devalued by society and then also by themselves as they get older. This is a problem. And so that sets up the whole argument of something needs to be done to stop this. So what I would like for you to do is read through the other. So you have this ad, Ronald Reagan, it was his campaign. It's Morning Again. I think it's always funny to watch things from the 80s. Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and then this Verizon ad. So I would like for you to watch those links and try to identify, again, what is the claim? What is the thing that the writer wants the reader to know, believe, or understand by the end of the argument, by the end of the ad? What evidence is used to support that claim? And then again, what is the warrant? It's a statement using these qualifiers. If you want to pull this back up, I'll add this to the Canvas link. Using these qualifiers, saying generally, or it is sometimes best, or occasionally, or some of the time, you add a qualifier and you make a statement that connects the claim and the evidence, the data, to end with a warrant. So it's using a qualifier, and you'll say a statement that explains how the evidence supports that claim. It can be some sticky business. I just want you to practice with it, and hopefully seeing this example helped. I'll be in the Google Meet if you have any questions.